Hello and welcome to video number 6. You're going to be learning in this specific video how to create a PayPal button, how to add it to your sales page, and how to connect that PayPal button to your thank you page. Alright, so the first thing that you need to do is to locate your thank you page, which we created in the previous video, and then you're going to need to create a sales page. So if you don't already have a sales page, I would do the same exact thing as I did previously, create a new text document, but this time I'm going to call it index.html. Click on yes, and that's actually what you want to name it, your sales page, index.html. You can name your thank you page anything you would like to. I'm going to leave that there because what we're going to do next is we're going to create the PayPal button. Now, the PayPal button is going to be on the index.html page, the sales page, and then when somebody purchases the product, they are going to be sent to the thank you page. Now, in order to create a PayPal button, you're going to need to have a link to this specific page. So in other words, you're going to need to tell PayPal where you're going to upload your thank you page. Now, since we haven't actually uploaded any files yet, what I've done here is I have gone ahead and created a link, because what I'm telling myself is I'm going to upload this thank you page and all the rest of the files to this specific location. Check this out right now, .net/fixedterm. So this is where my files are going to be located, and this is where my thank you page is going to be. So you'll want to make kind of a judgment as to where it's going to be, and then we're going to upload it to that location. So now that you have these three items, what you need to do now is hop on over to PayPal. I've already logged into PayPal, my PayPal account, and what you need to do is click on Merchant Services, and then after that click on Create Payment Button. Now the next thing that you need to do is simply to create a PayPal payment button, and it's very easy to do. You can choose a button type, and we're going to do subscriptions because we're going to charge a monthly fee, and we're going to click subscriptions. We're going to call this outsourcing, fixed term. The subscription ID is optional. You don't need that. And you can also customize the button. You can add a drop-down menu with prices and so forth. You can add a drop-down menu to gather other data if you want to, but we're going to leave it as it is. Billing amount each cycle. We're going to say $17 for the whole video course. And since we're doing it by month, it's going to be 1 month. If you were to charge on a weekly basis, you can do that. You can do it on a yearly, daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly. So if you wanted to do it quarterly, you could do it 3 months, and so forth. So we're going to keep it at 1 month. And after how many cycles should this billing stop? You can actually make it stop because you're doing a fixed term membership site. If you're doing let's say 6 months, then you could do 6 months. And you can also offer a trial period if you want to do that. And then simply click on Customize Advanced Features. We don't need to do the track inventory because I'm selling an intangible product. You can do that if you want to, but it's not important. So now it says, do you need your customer's shipping address? I do not. This is going to be delivered to them automatically. It says take customers to this URL when they cancel their checkout. So this here will probably be the location of your sales page. So if they cancel, I want to direct them back to my sales page. So just enter that here, and then it says take customers to this URL when they finish the checkout. this is going to be your main thank you page. So I'm going to enter this here and click on create button. Now I have the code here, so all you have to do is click it, select it, right click, copy, and then I'm going to copy it over here to WordPad. And if you click on email, it basically gives you the link. So I can also grab this email link as well. So this is useful if you already have a sales page created and you have a fancy PayPal or payment button already, then all you need is this specific link. And once you're done with that, you can close this specific browser. And what we need to do now is to simply edit the thank you page. So I'm going to click on right click on open with, and click on composer. Now my sales page is blank just because I just created it. But for most of you, you're going to have a sales page that has sales copy on it and so forth and so forth. So we could have our headline, subheadline, information, problem, solution, blah, blah, blah. And then all the way down at the bottom, we've got the payment button here. Buy now to access the outsourcing video training courses, which will be delivered on a weekly basis. And on your sales page, you probably want to say something of that nature about when and how long they're going to receive their content. So is it on a weekly basis, a daily basis, a monthly basis, and so forth. And of course, everything else. So make sure that you're transparent on your sales page. And then in this case, I wanted to add the payment button here. So I'm going to put some sort of code that only I know, 456654. And then if you go to your source code and you look for that code, all you have to do is highlight this and simply copy that PayPal button information, that code that we got previously over here. And once that's done, I click on save. I can click exit. And if I double click this, you'll notice that this is our sales page and it has a subscribe button. And if I click on this, it forwards us to PayPal, and as you can see here, I've got the outsourcing fixed term for $17 for each month for 6 different installments. And as you can see, it works. And if all goes through, then it's going to be forwarding me to that thank you page that I set up earlier. That was right here. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to upload these files to your FTP so that it can begin to work on your live site. Hi, and welcome to video number 7. We're going to be talking about how to upload your pages, your sales page, your thank you page, all of your other content, and get the individual URLs of the content. So the first thing that you'll want to do is hop on over to your file manager where your content is located, and to make sure that everything is ready to be uploaded. So depending on whether you're going to provide the content as a PDF, as a zip file, in the email itself, or as a video in this case, you want to make sure that everything is going to work before you upload it. Otherwise, you're going to have some complications. Now, in this case, I have videos, so it's a little more complicated than a PDF or a zip file, but it's not as complicated as it sounds. Now, as you can see here, it's a flash file, and the easiest thing to do is to make sure that your HTML file that hosts or holds the flashed video is called index.html. And you'll see why in just a minute, because when I get all the URLs, it'll simply be the checkthisoutRightNow.net/fixed term/ this folder name, and that's it. And then you're going to need to have your sales page and your thank you page, and that's it. So the next thing you'll need to do is hop on over to google.com and type in FileZilla. FileZilla is a free FTP program, and if you click here, you can go ahead and download and install this program onto your computer. Now the good thing about FileZilla is it is actually compatible with not only Windows but also with Macs as well as the Linux operating system, as you can see here. So go ahead and install it, and I'm going to be using it in just a minute. So in addition to FileZilla, you're going to need to have access to your website. So you're going to need to have your FTP information as well as your username and password. So enter your ftp.yourdomain.com, enter your username and password, click on Quick Connect, and then we're going to go from there. Now, for me, I have a folder called public_HTML, which is the root folder. Some of you will have HTTP docs or something else, but this is basically where you want to upload your files underneath. Now, in this case, remember I was checkthisoutRightNow.net/fixed term. So what I needed to do is to simply create a folder underneath this folder called fixed term. And to create it, all you do is right click on create directory, and that's it. So what I want to do now is simply upload all of the files into this location. So it's actually very, very easy to do. All you have to do is highlight this and simply drag and drop everything into here. Now, I'm not going to be uploading the index.html file simply because I want to show you how to get your URLs to your content really quick. If you upload the index.html file, then people are going to see your sales page. So I'm going to select everything, click Control, select that, and then I'm going to drag and drop everything into here. Now, what I want to do now is to simply get the URL. So I'm going to wait, I'm going to pause this, I'm going to upload these files, and then I'm going to show you how to get the URLs of your content, which you're going to need for the next video when we create our delivery sequence using the autoresponder. Okay, so now that I've uploaded the content, what I need to do is go on back to my browser here. And I'm going to open up a new tab, and then I'm going to go to the site or the subdirectory, checkthisoutRightNow.net/fixed term, and click on that. And there we go. Now, as you can see, because I did not upload the index.html file, I can actually see what's inside of this folder. So the easiest way that I do is simply grab all these, and then what I do now is simply open up Notepad, and I copy these in here, and I simply copy this at the very top, and I look for some sort of pattern. For example, every one of these except for this one has the word week in the beginning. So what I can do up here is to go to replace week with this URL, and then I put week in here. So whatever you grab here that's similar to everything else, add it here. And then click on replace all. And as you can see here, I have the URLs for all of these links, except for this link, which I can do that. And then we have the index.html file, which I'm going to go ahead and upload that now that we have all those files here. So we're going to drag and drop the index.html file here. And if I go back here and click on refresh, you'll then notice that the index.html file is uploaded and we have our sales page here and we're good to go. Now we have the URLs which we're going to need for the next video when we begin to create our sequences in the autoresponder. And then in that video, we're going to get our web form code, which we can then add to our thank you page. And I'll show you all. Hello and welcome to video number 9. We're going to be testing the funnel to make sure everything works from start to finish. So in order to test, there are several things that you can do. Obviously, you want to make sure that the sales page is connected to the thank you page, and the thank you page, when they fill in this information, that they begin to receive the content. What you can do is ask a friend, like change this. You can actually go back to PayPal and this button is actually saved in your PayPal account. So you can always change the price and it'll be affected here. Now, what I would normally do is I would click on this and ask a friend to purchase the product because you can always refund them later. Ask them to purchase the product and go through the process and test it out. Now, if you don't have a friend who can test it out for you, you could always find a spouse or somebody who has a credit card because PayPal now does not require you to have a PayPal account. So go ahead and do that, test it out, and make sure that you land to the thank you page. If you landed the thank you page, then great. Now you need to enter your name and your email address. Click on submit and then go to your email address and then confirm the subscription, and then from that point on see if you receive the first follow-up email. And as you can see here, I have the email that I received. It says, thank you for purchasing the outsourcing 123 training, blah, blah, blah. Confirm this link below, which we have done. And that's it. So we received the first confirmation email. So that's a good sign. Now what we need to do is simply to see if the first follow-up message is able to come to our email box. And there we go. We have received it. It says, hi Bob, thank you for purchasing the Outsourcing 123 video training course. Just as a reminder, you'll be receiving content every week. So as you can see, we got the first video and the second video here, and it works. So that's how to test it. And of course, if you want to wait a few days, the other emails will come after that and after that. So definitely test it out. Definitely get some friends to test it out. And if it works, then and only then you can launch it live.